What's up, YouTube? It's Ray with a quick video. Back again with my boy, Brandon, Art of Fragrance. Guys, we're having dinner again tonight, and glad that we didn't wait 6 months to hang out again.
I know.
But we're going to be discussing a fragrance. We're doing a unboxing, first impressions, and update video. This is from a house I've never tried before. I actually got a pretty good price on a couple of fragrances from this house from Al, Street Scents. He was selling some bottles, and he gave me a good price. He's one of the few reviewers I still watch, actually. He's one of the OGs. But yeah, so the name of the house is Armour Oud, and today we're going to be discussing Oud Tabac.
All right, everybody. So this one is a unisex oriental spicy fragrance released in 2018. Nose behind this one, Ilias Urmanitis. Sorry if I butchered your name. Eau de parfum concentration. Notes we have in the top, ginger, coriander, heliotrope, and saffron. In the mid, we have tobacco, oud, olibanum, and amberwood. And in the base, we have bourbon vanilla, cedar, labdanum, and musk.
Sounds good.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
I like that combo.
So I guess Armour Oud, they have oud. They must have oud in every fragrance. So the other fragrance I have is called Whetstone. It's supposed to be a fresh one. Max Forte, I think, talked about that one last summer, saying that was one of his summer bangers. And so that one has oud in it too. So yeah,
I got a, I guess, discovery set from Josie at Oswald way back in the day when this house first launched.
Okay.
And they were okay. They were very heavy, very oudy. There was one that I liked a lot. I do not remember the name, but it was the sandalwood based fragrance that they had. It was pretty nice.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the presentation here, because that's what I do. Black box, as you can see, just some gold piping here. Kind of a gold metal, I don't know if it's metal, probably plastic plaque here, but it is like glued on there. There's some texture there. Have a gold little seal here. Name of the company on the back. A little information on the bottom. They do come in a really cool pouch, which is always a nice touch. Yeah. Nice, that velvet kind of pouch. Has a tassel on it there. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this bottle here. And yeah, nice, really nice heavy glass bottle here. Gold plate here, metal cap. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the cap on. We'll okay. Do that whenever. It does say the Perfumer's Workshop here on top. Not sure if that is the name of another company that helps them out. They have a sticker on the bottom, but this is a really cool, heavy, looks like it's completely non-see-through, opaque black bottle from the house of Armour Oud. So let's give this fragrance a first impression. All right, so we got a couple of scent strips here. I'm gonna let Brandon do the honors. I'm not going to breathe through my nose. Let him get the first. Ooh,
gold sprayer,
gold atomizer there. It's nice.
Tap down here.
It's always a nice touch. Ooh, a lot of juice, a lot of juice.
A lot of spray. Oh, wow.
Okay.
There's tobacco in this? Yes, I got the tobacco immediately.
I'm getting the bourbon vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla for sure.
The vanilla in this smells kind of like the vanilla in Spiritus Double Vanille, I think. So it's kind of boozy.
It is bourbon vanilla, in fact.
Yeah.
Spicy for sure.
Yeah, super spicy. I'm getting the cedar, so it's woody. I'm not getting the oud.
No oud. Zero.
So it's definitely not like your Middle Eastern oud, or it's not like your skanky oud. It's I don't know, it smells nice.
I definitely get the tobacco, and it's like, so I've recently discovered cigars, and I've been smoking cigars, and when you open the humidor, there's a very distinct smell of the cigars sitting in there, and I get that from this.
Okay. And that's what I always like. I love that pipe store,
humidor smell,
that cigar, tobacco smell. But this one, yeah, like you were saying, this one's super spicy, which spicy. I like that about this fragrance.
This is good. Kind of, I will say it seems a little bit on the lower end of the quality scale, in my opinion. Kind of designery, like.
Does that mean it's more mass appealing, kind of?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't remind me of anything, but just based on the quality, it's more on the designer side.
Okay. I mean, right now, that doesn't bother me. It's not, I never tried anything else from this house, so I couldn't tell you what the most richest or best quality fragrance from this house is yet. But I do like this, and if the mass appealing quality is something to call it, you know, the designer or whatever feel, or lower quality, that's fine with me, because I do like that some fragrances can be mass appealing. That just means that you didn't spend a couple $100 on a fragrance that you're not going to get noticed in, or it's just going to turn everybody off. Because I'll be honest with you, some fragrances out there, they're so expensive, and you want to wear them because they do smell good to you, but someone else gets their nose on it, they're just going to start complaining, saying, man, what are you wearing? It smells like in a barnyard or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm getting more of the Oud now. It's kind of more dry, less sweet.
Yeah. I'm just glad it doesn't have the medicinal oud, that really stanky or skanky Middle Eastern oud. No offense, guys, if you guys like that stuff. To me, it's just not my cup of tea when it comes to the oud. I don't mind it, but if it's strong, we've tried some pretty strong ones out there.
Yeah. And I'll kind of go back on what I said. I don't think it smells like a designer. I think it falls in line with that Middle Eastern exclusive designer, like the one, like Dolce & Gabbana, the one in like the night version or whatever. It kind of reminds me of like that style of scent. It doesn't remind me of like a real like heavy oud tobacco scent like you'd get from, I don't know, Roja or something.
Yeah, and I guess Armour Oud, I mean, the name, it's in the name, but I guess maybe they throw it in there because they kind of have to. But not everything can be super heavy on the oud, I would think.
Yeah.
You know?
What's that other house that has oud in the name? They come in those little square bottles. They're real expensive.
House of Oud?
No. Those are the ones that have the egg on the tongue.
The egg, yeah. Yeah. But, you know, this one's not bad. I think I actually will enjoy wearing this one. And, you know.
Yeah, this will be good for the cold weather.
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure. And right now it's December, nice and cool outside.
Cold for Texas standards.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. So glad I got my nose on it. Glad you could be here, my friend. Brandon was talking to me about starting a new channel. I'm not sure if that's in the works yet, but
yeah, I think I'm going to relaunch my channel and kind of rebrand into something else. But you can stay tuned. If you
2021. You got something to look forward to, guys. So I'm gonna give this fragrance we're wearing tonight and over the next few days. Give you guys an update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, guys. Well, I'm back with my update for Oud Tabac from the house of Armour Oud. Yeah, so I'll spend a few days with this fragrance, and I gotta say, I do like this fragrance. Like I mentioned in the first half of the video, very, very dark, and it's sweet from the vanilla, a little bit smoky too, like a smoky, boozy vanilla. Nice tobacco note in that. It's resinous as well. There's a little bit of funk in that. I don't really get like a barnyard oud from this. I don't really get any classic oud kind of note in this fragrance. I really just get a lot of like the tobacco, the amberwood, the bourbon vanilla, the cedar, and some of the ladamum and the musk. The ginger is there, but after wearing it a few times, the ginger really sort of faded away from my nose anyway. I sort of became nose blind to that note. I really did pick up a few other things, and it really did remind me of a few other fragrances that I own or I have owned in the past. The tobacco note in this smells like wet tobacco leaves, which sort of reminds me of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. And the tobacco also has a strong cherry note. Again, I'm not sure if you guys get this, but I get a strong cherry note. And with the woody notes, it really does remind me of the dry down of House of Sillage #1, which if you guys have never tried this fragrance, this is a fantastic fragrance. But this sort of has the cherry woody dry down that you get in this fragrance, probably about 30 minutes after you apply this one. The earthy resinous notes sort of remind me of Ladano Nero from Tiziano Terenzi. This one's a little bit dirtier, a little bit darker and earthier, but I do get a little bit of this fragrance in Oud Tabac. And, you know, knowing that, this is a pretty good fragrance. Longevity for this fragrance was average to above average. I did get 8 hours consistently with this fragrance. Now, I do say average to above average, but this is an eau de parfum concentration, and that is pretty much par for the course whenever you have a fragrance like this in this type of concentration. You know, 8 hours is pretty much going to be standard with these fragrances. So, you know, 8 hours is really good for this fragrance. Projection for this fragrance was really good, but it wasn't beast mode. You probably think after smelling this fragrance it is going to be super duper strong, but it's not. It's pretty much average when it comes to an eau de parfum concentration. Got a decent little scent cloud, decent little scent trail with this one as well. Probably got out, you know, probably a foot from my skin, and I got wafts throughout the day. But the good news is it's not going to offend anybody around you, and it's definitely not going to clear out a room. Seasons for this fragrance, so if you guys haven't guessed already, it is going to be the cooler and colder months of the year. This does have that tobacco cherry note. The wet, tobacco leaves are very nice and boozy. Has that vanilla in there as well. Very resinous and earthy. Nice fragrance, and definitely great for the cooler and colder months of the year. Occasions for this fragrance, well, I mentioned this fragrance is very dark and heavy and thick and sweet, so definitely going to lean towards the evening events, so date night, formal events, dress down, suit and tie, anything at night. If you go easy on the trigger, maybe you can wear it to work, but I wouldn't really suggest it because, you might, this one could easily get away from you if you're not careful, so I probably wouldn't wear this one to work. I wouldn't recommend wearing this one to the club, but I think it's strong enough for the club. Ages for this fragrance, I'm going to say 25 and up. I did mention this fragrance is a bit mature, and I also said it leans more masculine to my nose anyway. And just some of these notes are going to be a bit much for the younger guys. It's very heavy and thick and resinous and dark and earthy. And also maybe the tobacco note might be a bit much for the younger noses. This fragrance is also very expensive. 100 ml is $210, and I did find that price on Amazon as well, and not really sure if you're going to find this fragrance for that much less. It's going to be kind of hover around the higher 100s to 210, which is going to be on the website and on Amazon. So that's just a lot of money. I don't think the young guys could really feel comfortable spending that much money on one fragrance. So 25 and up would be a perfect age range for this fragrance. So overall, I do really like this fragrance. Maybe some of you guys won't like this fragrance because I did mention that it reminded me of a few others. And if you guys own those fragrances, yeah, you're probably not going to want to get this one. Because if you own each one of those, you're going to be like, yeah, I'll just wear those separately, not a big deal. Or maybe even layer them. But if you like those fragrances, but you don't have them in your collection, I think this would be a great pickup. Especially you're getting 3 different fragrances in one composition for the price of one, or maybe the price of 2, depending on which one you pick up. But those 3 are fairly expensive fragrances as well. But I think this is a decent fragrance. I think you get good performance out of this one. Again, not beast mode, but it gets the job done. Perfect for the wintertime. And like I mentioned, if you like the tobacco note of tobacco vanilla, you're gonna like this fragrance. If you like House of Sillage #1, you're going to like this fragrance. And La Danonero, definitely going to like this fragrance if you like earthy and resinous fragrances like that. But it crosses off a lot of boxes for a fragrance that I like. I guess, you can knock off a couple of points that it is a little similar to other fragrances on the market. But the fact that you can get all 3 in one I make that a plus. It's kind of like you're combining to kind of save money. Maybe get 1 bottle instead of 3. But I was pleasantly surprised by this because I think at first I was a little bit kind of on the fence with it. And the more that I wore it, the more it really started to grow on me. The more it started to develop on me, and I really appreciated it for what it was. Early on, I was just having mixed reactions with this and didn't know what to think. But now that I've worn it a few times over the last couple of weeks, I really do appreciate this fragrance. And again, there's a less performing and less I guess decent smelling fragrances on the market that cost more than this. So I think this is a decent pickup if you're trying to find a decent niche brand to start with. I would say definitely start with Oud Tabac because I think that it's going to be pretty much a safe buy. And also, if you guys aren't fans of Oud, you don't really get a lot of traditional Oud in this fragrance. And Brandon said it in the first half of the video. He didn't get any Oud. Like, he didn't smell it at all. I don't smell it at all. And that's probably a good thing, because honestly, I think Oud has been kind of used to death in a lot of fragrances. Very medicinal, and especially if it leans into that Middle Eastern Arabic Oud. Those can be a bit barnyardy, can be a little off-putting, almost a little fecal sometimes, depending on which brand you're using. So I'm definitely glad that it's not like this. This is definitely more of an approachable Oud, if you want to call it that, because I don't really get a lot of it in there, and I'm not really sure how much the Oud influences the composition of this fragrance. But if it's in there, it's in there. Luckily, I didn't really get a lot of it, so that's probably good news. But yeah, I like this fragrance. I definitely think you should try this fragrance. It's a lot of money, so probably don't go out there and blind buy it unless you have the money and just feel like trying something new. I think you guys might be pleasantly surprised with this fragrance. But I will say, try this fragrance. Who knows? You might like it. All right, guys, so now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on Oud Tabac from the house of Armour Oud? Let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down in the comments below. All right, thank you guys so much for watching the video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until the next video, you guys take care. Thanks.